What's up, everybody? Ed here from Double O Gundam Reviews V2, and today we're going to be taking a look at my first review on my new channel, and that will be of the high-grade 1/144 scale Jesta from Gundam Unicorn Episode 4, the OVA. This model kit was provided for free by tatsuhobby.com, so if you guys get a minute, go check them out. Check out their stock. We have great resin kits, model kits, Kotobukiya kits, and a ton of other stuff to pick from, so go check them out if you get a minute. Anyway, on to the Jesta. The Jesta was an amazing suit that appeared in Unicorn Episode 4. It didn't really do much, although it just kind of hopped on some sleds and started coming into the battle, but there was 3 of them. But as far as I know, the Jesta is a complete badass suit. I know that a lot of people were waiting for its high-grade release and were really anticipating it, and I'm glad that it got a high grade, because it is a actual phenomenal high grade, even if it didn't really do much in the series yet. But what you're looking at is the unpainted version. Now, how I do my reviews is I review something that's unpainted. I go through all of the accessories, manipulators, beam sabers, you know, everything it comes with. Then I'll paint it. I may post an occasional work-in-progress video, stuff that I'm painting, and then I will do another video showing off the details and everything after I've painted it. But, you know, you'll kind of get in the swing of things after I start my channel up. So usually, probably maybe a week from now, or maybe over the weekend, I'll paint this guy, and then I'll have a video up of him painted and all decaled up and everything. But anyway, this is what you're going to get straight out of the box. There are a few seam lines I do kind of complain about that are a bit unseemly, like the on the arm here, there's a pretty noticeable one, and because of the plastic, this model kit really does show off a lot of the nubs and everything if you don't sand them down. So this is a model kit that you're definitely going to want to paint. It's that darker kind of navy blue color scheme, and there's 2 different shades of blue, and then there's this lighter blue. There's like 2 shades of darker blue, but overall it is a very nice kit. I do like how the head is molded in that clear orange color, which I'll probably be adding some neon glow touch to that when I paint it. But regardless, that should turn out nicely. But anyway, for articulation for this guy, you're basically going to get a head that's on a ball joint, a double joint, so you can do kind of the chicken head movement. The shoulder is, let's see, it's connected to the arm. I don't know. I don't think it's an individual thing. It's on a ball joint here, so you can rotate it, you know, around any which way. The arm will go in about that far as the shoulder will let him. You get a rotation here. You get a bend here, which isn't a full 180 because of the armor, but oh well. And then the hands are on ball joints. The stomach is on 2 joints. You have one here, and then you have the base joint, which you can move it around, but that one doesn't really move too much. And you can sort of pull it off so he has more range of movement, but you can also push it kind of back down. And another really cool thing about the arms is you can pose them really nicely, and he looks like something from G Gundam when he's, you know, you can have him in like punching poses and stuff. Front skirts are molded together on a double ball joint, but you can cut them so they're on single ball joints like this. The side skirts with the sledgehammer missiles are on pegs that they can maneuver around, okay. The back skirt is just one big chunk. Oh, I didn't do the backpack. The backpack has little tiny thrusters that will wiggle around. The legs will go up about this far and go back as far as the skirt will let them. They can swivel around like this inside here. You can bend them at 2 places at the knee, and then the ball joint, there is a hinge joint and a ball joint down here. The hinge joint is at the ankle, and the ball joint is going into the foot. So you can have him spread out about that far with his feet flat. So you can get some decent poses. As with a lot of the mass production suits in Gundam Unicorn, Jesta is huge. Here's a comparison to the high-grade 1/144 scale Age Gundam. And as you can see, he's a bit taller. Now, for example, this is my Age Gundam. This is completely painted and decaled and everything, and I think he might be reviewed right after Banshee this weekend, so stay tuned for this guy. But, yeah, he is a pretty tall suit, but I like him. I really like how the design turned out on Jesta. Up here are these little extender tabs, and I'm just going to get right into the accessories and everything. You basically pull them off, and for the shield, you have the shield here. you have two different connector parts, which are like these weird hinge mechanism things, which were originally, when I got the model, I thought it was going to be an actual piece that could move around, but to my avail, they are not. But regardless, you take them, having the empty side, I guess you would say, which is kind of sad that they put detail on one side and then they just kind of crapped out on the next one. Anyway, you just stick that in the polycap here, and then there's a polycap in the shield, which you connect to a peg here, and now you have Jesta's shield mounted where the Jesta has it. The Jesta shield is actually a very odd design. I like it because it kind of gives the suit maneuverability, so he doesn't actually have to grab onto the shield to hold it, and it isn't on his arm, so it doesn't really hinder anything. It can just kind of slide out of the way when it's not being used. But it is very nice. It's got a handle here. It looks like it has some pod for storage. The sledgehammer missiles it's got in the shield remind me a lot of the Jagan. This just reminds me of, as my friend Mike said, a big black Jagan, because it's just a beefed up Jagan. You do get two beam sabers, regardless of only needing one, because he only has one beam saber, and that is in the back here. And everybody knows how to attach a beam saber. Just pop that out and pop the beams in, and you can have him posed any which way with that. And then, last but not least, his rifle, which is amazing. Oh, actually, I should probably go over the hands. As you can see, the two closed fists, or completely closed fists, are on him right now. But he also comes with manipulators for two open hands. Two open hands for beam sabers and grabbing things and such, and his trigger finger, which is on his gun. And the gun is amazingly detailed. They put so much work into the rifle here. I really like how this one turned out, how they did this. It's beautiful. Really nice. It's going to look even better when it's all painted and detailed and everything. But, just put that into his hand here. And then, if you want, you can have him holding the handle on the gun, because the gun does have a handle. So, get his accessories out of the way. And, let's see. Normally I don't cover how mobile suits will hold things, but I think the Jesta deserves a... There we go. So, there is the Jesta. Now, just based on this kit, just from the build, it's amazing. It has great articulation, very well molding, except for a few things in the arms and the shoulders. The shoulders just have a seam line down this way, but I'm not really one to complain. It's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. It is an amazing suit, very well designed, and I'm sure if we see more of it in Gundam Unicorn Episode 4, people are definitely going to want to buy this kit. It's an amazing suit, and honestly, I think I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, just because of the arms and everything, but it has great articulation for a UC high grade, and it's a phenomenal kit. It's really fun to put together, and I'm sure it'll look even better painted, but I wouldn't recommend this to anybody who's not willing to put a little bit of paint into a model kit, because it's just, the blue just really needs to be touched up. But anyway, guys, this has been Ed on the review of the high-grade 1/144 scale Jesta, and make sure to check out tatsuhobby.com, who provided this model completely free to me. And yeah, and you guys can go pick this up there, and that's about it. So stay tuned, and see you all in the next review.